you for your testimony. Next, we'll hear from Phil Campbell, followed by Maximilian Clark, Sophia Costanzi, and Alvin Dan.
Good morning, everybody, or afternoon now. I'd like to say my name is Phil Campbell, and I am a photography teacher. I am a journalist, and I'm a student at Hunter College, currently missing my Audre Lorde class right now. So, as someone who protests, before I get into it, I'd like to say or request a formal letter to any of my students when their teacher misses their photography class, because he will keep protesting and he will keep going to take pictures as I tell them to do. So, as I am a poet, and as I often explain things to children, let me put this in a good metaphor. Imagine leaving your home one morning to realize the crossing guard now wears a NASA insignia. Once you arrive at the train station, you are surprised to see two astronauts with helmets and suits just like the old movies. As you pass a popular station, you see 5 more astronauts and hear an announcement. Attention, if you have any questions or need to report an issue, NASA is located at the nearest station. You spend your ride wondering how a space engineer could help answer MTA questions. You then hear, "Hello everyone, the NASA would like to remind you that backpacks and other large containers are subject to random search by these astronauts." You wish you had driven, but something tells you that their space cruisers would pull you over without reason. You imagine the Hayden Space Telescope surveilling your neighborhood and the many instances of astronaut abuse caught on camera. You arrive in your destination, a protest. To no surprise, you see astronauts flanking the protest. They have the state-of-the-art spacefaring technology, some of which you have never seen. What are they prepared for? Why are they here? Why are they so heavily equipped? It gives you the impression that NASA has nothing to do with space. You wonder who paid for their suits and why. Though you can't figure out the point of astronauts on the street, you are thankful that they are not police. Though they are both over-equipped for a protest, the policeman carries a loaded weapon. Though they both use new technologies, the astronaut surveys the sky, not black communities. Astronauts do not have a history of strike-breaking, infiltration, and suppression of protests. Police do. They are both inequipped, in fact, over-equipped for a different situation. If you have to choose NYPD or NASA, I'd choose NASA, because at least they'd look for a scientific solution to my concerns instead of terrorizing and brutalizing my community. Fund the next generation of astronauts, and maybe you won't have so much crime. So with that last 20 seconds, I'd like to reach out to my students who, going forward, I will encourage to keep doing the journalistic thing, covering these protests, so some people will not think people are throwing firebombs and bricks at the protesters, as good civilians do. That's the First Amendment. Keep protesting, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your testimony. Next, we'll hear from Maximilian Clark, followed by Sophia Costanzi. Maximilian, you may go ahead.
Well,